What up, yo? What up, though?
Exactly what's going on because it takes two to tango, and I need to hit his side of the story. So she's driving me insane, her stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, and I'm about to be drained. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light. Have you heard of gaslighting? Here to explain what it is, how to spot the signs, and perhaps most importantly, what to do is clinical psychologist and med circle doctor Callie the Lab. I'm just kidding, Dr. Ramani. Although Callie's getting an education.
Yeah, Callie, I mean, I bet there's narcissistic dogs.
Oh, there are. Okay,
yeah.
so we're talking, we just filmed a series about narcissistic abuse. You can check out the link in this video description to learn more about that. But in this video, we're talking about gaslighting.
Yeah.
What is that?
So gaslighting is a form of emotional abuse. It's where a person doubts the reality of another person, leaving that other person very, very confused. Gaslighting is sort of a signature tool of the narcissist, and they're often engaging in it to protect their fragile egos, to keep the world in line with their own reality, with little regard of how much it hurts another person when we doubt theirs. So again, it's very much a tool of manipulation, of emotional abuse, of, again, second-guessing someone else's reality.
And there are there are lots of things to look at, but we're going to go through three of them today. What's the first one?
The first one is when somebody says to you, you're too sensitive, or you have no right to feel that way. When you do that, you immediately tell them that their emotional world is invalid, and you're judging them for it. You have no right to feel that way, as though you are judge and jury on their emotional state.
Right.
Okay? So what that does is it makes a person literally doubt their feeling, and a feeling is a spontaneous experience. So now it's almost like telling someone, you must be too hot and they're perfectly comfortable, or telling someone they're hungry when they're not.
Yeah.
You know, so this is the when we do this emotionally, it is termed gaslighting, because the person's like, oh, I thought I was that, but you're telling me I don't get to be angry about this.
Right.
And then some people, when they're told it enough, they believe it.
Right.
When people are given this situation, being told you're too sensitive, you have no right to feel this way, the best thing to do is to not engage at that point, because you can't win. No matter what you say, this person, if anything, by those statements, has shown that they're willing to emotionally manipulate and abuse you. There's nowhere to go in that conversation. So if they say that, maybe if anything, say, no, that is in fact how I feel, and leave it at that. But they're going to keep pushing at you, so you can just let it go, and know the conversation ends there, instead of you getting into a
Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR back in the building on a Tuesday. You already know that we about to get ready. The voice of reason. Another slapper of a topic. Tonight's topic, the Gaslight Recovery Victim. That never happened. It's all your fault. You're overreacting. This is a listener submitted topic. My good friend A. Britt Atwater, I think A. Britt Atwater is in Japan, and he responded to my call to action to create a topic, and this is the topic that he created. You know, the Gaslight Recovery Victim. And then he put some of the famous, gaslighting phrases. That never happened. It's all your fault. You're overreacting. I don't remember it that way. That's not how it happened. You crazy. You too sensitive. Or you got too much drama. 1-800-920-1580. True or false? When gaslit victims are encouraged to self-reflect, they wind up neglecting to do it because it will uncover their gaps, issues, and trauma. 1-800-920-1580. I don't know if you heard it. I'm going to say it again. Very powerful question. Courtesy A. Britt Atwater. He says, true or false? When gaslit victims are encouraged to self-reflect, they wind up neglecting to do it because it will uncover their gaps, issues, and trauma. Gaslighting, a method of being told what we subconsciously always wanted to hear? True or false? 1-800-920-1580. Gaslight lingers because we lack self-esteem. Gaslighting lingers because we lack self-esteem, self-belief, self-worth, and self-confidence. True or false? Whew, this is heavy. Can gaslit victims learn to differentiate between self-blame and a constructive examination of their experiences? How does the fear of overcoming one's gaps, issues, and trauma affect a gaslight victim's willingness to self-reflect? You mean to tell me people that are gaslighting don't want to self-reflect? 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. Are you with somebody who is constantly challenging the way you saw it? The way you saw things? 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, more from the VOR.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings will disappear.
What up? What up? We in the building right now. I need everybody to hit the like button. Hit the like button. Let's get those likes to catch up. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing today? You already know the phone lines are important. Can we get the phone lines popping? What up? What up, y'all? Holla at me. Everybody hit that like button. Everybody say what's up to your brother Zoe. Hit that like button. Hit it, hit it, hit it. Got you. What up, yo? Where my callers at? Where my callers at? What are we doing? Y'all calling or no? Here we go. Yo, yo, yo. The voice of reason back on KBLA Talk 1580. You already know what that is. That's the gas face. And of course, that fits our topic. We're talking about recovering from being gaslit in your relationships. If you're just tuning in and you don't know what gaslighting is, gaslighting as a manipulative tactic can indeed be indicative of an underlying psychological disorder or many disorders. While gaslighting itself is not recognized as a specific disorder in diagnostic manuals, it often aligns with traits and behaviors associated with certain personality disorders, such as narcissistic personality disorder or antisocial personality disorder. These disorders are characterized by a lack of empathy, a need to control, and a tendency to manipulate others for gain. Gaslighting involves the intentional distortion of reality. I'm going to distort your reality by telling you my perspective, right? Yes, that was third base, gas face. My perspective trumps your perspective. You don't really know what you're talking about. You're too sensitive. You're too emotional, or you're too scattered to understand the depth of what we both experienced. Yes. Woo. Listen to that. Gaslighting, it may indicate an individual's lack of empathy or disregard for the emotional well-being of others. This lack of empathy is a hallmark feature of certain personality disorders. Gaslighters often exploit vulnerabilities and manipulate others to maintain control and power over them. Secondly, gaslighting can be a manifestation of deep-seated insecurities or unresolved trauma within the gaslighter. So although they look and present as if they're in control and that they fly, in reality, they're scared on the inside. By undermining the victim's sense of reality, the gaslighter attempts to deflect attention away from their own insecurities. This behavior may be a defense mechanism to protect their fragile self-image. Furthermore, gaslighting can perpetuate a cycle of abuse and control, which can contribute to the development or exacerbation of psychological disorders in the victim. Oh, God, this can lead to anxiety, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, or other psychological conditions. It is important to recognize that gaslighting is a harmful and manipulative behavior, regardless of whether it is a precursor or to a diagnosable disorder. Even if you suspect someone, or you suspect yourself or someone you know is experiencing gaslighting, it is crucial to seek support from a mental health professional who can provide guidance, validation, and strategies for coping and recovering from the effects of gaslighting. You know it's happened. You know it's happened to you. You had your partner telling you something, and you say, I don't remember it like that. That's exactly what happened. You know, your memory terrible. 1-800-920-1580. How can someone rebuild their self-confidence after experiencing gaslighting? Can you discuss cases where gaslighting occurs unintentional or subconsciously? Is it possible for a gaslighter to genuinely believe their distorted version of events? I believe everybody is believing what they think is the truth. I think one of the most difficult things for a person to do is to be able to acknowledge another person's perspective, right? You say, you know what, that's your experience of the shared experience, so it must be the truth because it's coming from your perspective, right? That's how you see it. But this is how I see it. And so this might be my truth. How many times have you been manipulated by a significant other through the means of gaslighting? What does healing look like for a victim that has been gaslit? I look at gaslighting in the same light as Men in Black. You know those little flashers that Will Smith and the other actor, what's his name? Tom? What was his name? Tommy? I forgot the other actor's name. But they would flash you and rewrite your memory. I think gaslighters are trying to Tommy Lee. That's right. I think gaslighters have a built-in little flasher, you know, to wipe Tommy Lee Jones, to wipe your perspective of things out the way. How does the reinforcement of self-doubt by a gaslighter impact the victim's confidence in their own introspective abilities? Jedi mind tricks. The neuralizer. Yes. Yes. Have you been neuralized in your relationship? Where you saw and heard everything. But then when you tried to have that conversation, it got thrown back to you in a different way. That marginalized your perspective. 1-800-920-1580. Let's get to the phone lines right now. Attila from Houston, Texas. Get in here.
What's going on, Uncle Bill? How are you?
I'm turned up as usual, commonplace. Let's go. You ready?
Yes. Well, I wanted to share a little story. So I was actually gaslit by my aunt, and it was painful because I really was racking my brain. Basically, she told me, or was recounting to me a memory of something that I said that was very hurtful, and I instantly burst into tears. Now I'm not a big crier, except for when things really do touch my heart. And I got off the phone, and I just remember thinking, did I really do that? And then I started thinking, oh my God, I think she's going to go forward. So, I mean, I would say this. I feel like things like this, the whole gaslighting thing, can only take place or continue if you let it. Once you catch it, it's best to essentially address it and then move away from the person or the situation because, whether they realize they're doing it or not, it is harmful to you. especially if you have a heart for that person and you really do care about them.
Well, how do you catch them? Gaslighting. That's an interesting. You said once you catch them, what is the
Mm-hmm.
process of catching them?
I mean, for me, the situation, like for that specific situation, I had a pretty good memory of the situation after I got past my emotions behind it. Like after I was like, okay, I did this, and then I get to sit there and think, like, wait a minute, that's not how that went down. So I mean, I do think it's possible at the beginning stages to go back and maybe even consult with other people that may have been there if it were a situation with a group and say like, did I say that? And they're like, no, you didn't say that, that sort of thing. Um, and another sign too, I think, is if you start feeling depressed or really tired after you get off the phone or after you get away from an interaction with someone, there may be some gaslighting stuff going on there. Because you're having to suppress what your spirit knows, but your conscious has yet to reveal.
That's interesting. Have you ever gaslit somebody, and has somebody ever gaslit you?
Mm-hmm. I feel like I have. I feel like I definitely have. Or at least I know I've definitely used that statement of like, it didn't happen that way. And again, it came out so fast, it didn't really register to me that I even did it. It wasn't necessarily purposeful though. I think the difference behind gaslighting and narcissism is that the person is purposely doing it. Like they're trying to run game on you. And, so basically trying to, again, maintain the power within the dynamic. And the person doesn't realize that you don't get power through minimalizing or subjugating other people. You get power through growth and self-correction. So, I mean, you can correct me and change the narrative all day. You're not going to actually grow. Like, you don't notice there's no fruit in that person's life. There's no growth in that person's life, no matter how much they appreciate you, talk to you, or recount, situations or whatever. Because they're using your energy and whatever substance they're getting from that to manufacture growth, but it's not real.
I love it. I love it. I love you. I appreciate you. You got a seat at the table whenever you want. Attila brought Houston, Texas in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Tonight's topic, the Gaslight Recovery Victim. That never happened. It's all your fault. You're overreacting. You're too sensitive. You couldn't possibly understand the depth of what's going on. Allow me to describe it for you. 1-800-920-1580. We got Reggie from Austin, Texas. Get in here, Reggie.
What's up, man? Yeah, I'm really trying to find out or figure out what gaslighting is. I think I've been a victim of it. It seems like the gaslighter needs somebody to go back and forth with. And when you're recounting what happened, what you know happened, they'll say, what are you talking about? To kind of disarm you. And then you guys go back and forth, and it's really abuse. Abuse is misuse of power. Well, gaslighting is misuse of energy. I mean, it takes a lot of energy to gaslight, to go back and forth with each other. And I'm thinking that if I just say, I'm not going back and forth with you, I'm not arguing with you, that just solves the issue right there. Whenever you leave room for the back and forth, you leave room to have your energy misused. And I want to cut that off. It just seems like the person needs somebody to argue with, because really they're arguing with themselves, and they need a placeholder for that argument, and that's where you come in. So if you refuse to play the game at all, by saying I'm not going to argue with you at all, you shut down everything. And I mean, no one has the right to tell you what you think. No one has the right to tell you what you feel or what you know happened. That's just real. It goes to the self-esteem that you have, and the beliefs that you hold. And so I'm just thinking you need to be true to those principles and those beliefs and those facts, and that really sets the tone for how people treat you and how you treat yourself.
Interesting. But I would say this too, in conjunction with you. If I know you're trying to gaslight me, as Attila pointed out, right? I exposed your intent to try to warp my perception, right? Okay. Now I know what you're doing. So now your tale of accounts, your details mean nothing to me. You don't get to come to me and say, well, this is how I saw it. If I acknowledge you, right, as somebody who is a manipulator, who tries to change the way other people think, you no longer have access to my respect for your word.
Right. That makes perfect sense.
Do you see?
Yeah,
So
that
now,
makes sense, yes.
oh, I see what you do. So guess what? Anything you say is null and void off rip. Now what? Now gaslight that.
Right.
You know you didn't leave.
You can't.
They say, you know you didn't leave your keys right there. You put your keys where you always put them, right next to the coat rack. I believe absolutely nothing you have to say about said situation. How about that? Let's depower those people off rip, right?
Yeah, you have to.
I love that. I love that.
All right, bro.
Hey, brother, I appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. You brought Austin, Texas in the building. What city will you bring in the building next? I think it's Atlanta, Georgia. But when we come forward, that's when we gonna get to the A. If you're anywhere in America and you're listening right now and you've dealt with a gaslighter, you've been gaslit and you've caused your own relationship fire, you little arson. Let me tell you something. If you've done it, somebody call me, 1-800-920-1580. Hey, True Monger, thank you for the support, brother. Thank you for the support. Can we get everybody to follow True Monger's lead? Can everybody drop a 10 spot? Can everybody drop a 10 spot on the chat, the super chat? There's a $sign right down at the bottom of the super chat. Can everybody put a 10 spot on the super chat? Can everybody put a 10 spot on the super chat? Where my people at? Get in here. Hey, Britt Atwater. Hey, man, thank you for the topic tonight. It has been fire. Done. Hey, Britt Atwater. We're at $20 now. Come on, y'all. Y'all know the base for the day is $100. We're $80 away. We can get it done. Everybody get in there. Support, support, support. Support, support, support. Everybody get in there. Support, support, support. Everybody get in there. Support, 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 support. Come on, y'all. Follow A. Britt Atwater in Zynga. I got 5 on it. All right, I'm gonna walk away. But when I come back, let me see if the super chat is popping. We're at $25. I'll be right back. A. Britt Atwater.
Last caller, her name is Samaya.
It's called what?
Samaya.
Smile. Ain't nobody playing Zoe. Hey, Britt Atwater, what up? I just want to thank you again for what is that? I just want to thank you again, Zoe, for supporting. Who's that? We look up to you. Who is that? Mike from the 9. What up, Mike from the 9? 7-Eleven Marvel. I see you. You in here. You cooking. Who?
Noah Lyles, the track star who talked about world champions and stuff.
I didn't hear what he said.
You didn't hear what he said?
No, what did he say?
Noah Lyles, who's in the track and field world championships right now, he won the gold in the 100 meters.
Mhm.
At a press conference, he was like, "You know what hurts me the most? I was watching the NBA finals, and they were described as world champions. World champions of what?
They don't play against the world.
You know what I mean?
That's what he said.
So,
Yeah.
So he was basically offended by the fact that the NBA didn't refer to them as world champions. He was like,
Because no. This is what he doesn't understand.
all the NBA folks went in on it.
This because he doesn't understand that the NBA, the players in the NBA are the best basketball players in the world.
Right. But
That's why it's a world
But
championship.
it's the National Basketball Association.
And can't nobody anywhere in the world fuck with our players. Now, the world has been inching closer,
Absolutely.
you know,
Look at the
because
last MVP.
because all of our coaches went to Europe
That's facts.
to train
That's
the
facts.
Europeans.
Okay.
So Europeans had their own little style of play, but when they decided to get as good as us,
Right.
when they started producing the Tony Kukocs and the Dirk Nowitzki, that's because our coaches went over there. You got to remember, Kobe was over there as a kid because his dad was over there playing, and all of our coaches were over there educating those guys. So don't we still the best in the world at hoop. Don't get it twisted. Here we go. Here we go.
defined as the psychological manipulation of a person, usually over an extended period of time, that causes that person to question the validity of their own thoughts, perceptions, interpretations, judgments, memories, and typically leads to complete confusion and uncertainty about one's own emotional stability. And it also causes dependence on the gaslighter. Gaslighting often starts out small, gradually escalating and becoming a consistent pattern of manipulative behavior. And the tactics usually include things like denying. So maybe denying previous statements. They might say, I never said that, even though they just said that statement moments ago. Contradicting your memory. So the gaslighter might say things like, you must be mistaken, or that never happened, even though you know that it did. Blaming you. So the gaslighter shifts blame onto the victim, saying things like, you're too sensitive or you're overreacting. The gaslighter may use others to discredit you. They may claim that others don't believe you or they think you're crazy. They may minimize your feelings. So the gaslighter dismisses or trivializes your emotions, saying you're too dramatic, irrational, or making a big deal of everything. They may twist the truth. So the gaslighter alters facts or context to make you doubt your understanding of a situation.
Dear, this whole romance that you've invented just proves you're too naive to be here.
Another way they may gaslight you is by intentionally hiding or withholding information to create confusion. And then they will say that they told you about it, but you're the one not remembering. And then they go on to reinforce their narrative. So the gaslighter constantly repeats their version of events, making it harder and harder for you to trust your own memory. And this creates doubt about your own mental state, your sanity. And they may suggest that you get help, that you need psychiatric treatment because of this.
Dump your head, Karen. This is all in your mind.
You're a lousy.
You get a problem.
And they might even do this with loads of fake empathy, where they pretend to be genuinely worried about your psychological well-being. They may even tell your friends and family to, watch out for certain things and, try to get them to support you. And anyone who doesn't buy into the gaslighter's narrative will be eliminated from your life. They will plant seeds of doubt in your mind about the intentions and trustworthiness of the loved ones who are not buying in. And this can prevent you from getting validation or reality checks from others who aren't.
Yeah, I know you guys love that clip where they putting in little movie pieces of the gas. You're crazy, Karen. The good fellas. Come on, y'all. Hey, I'm trying to make this interactive for you. Andy had a thought before I go to the phone lines. Andy?
You know, I didn't really know too much about the term gaslighting until I actually started kind of working here. I heard that so much, a lot. So I appreciate you doing this show because now I feel like I have an understanding of what gaslighting Gaslighting is. And I can't help but think like politicians must be the number one gaslighters
Bam.
of the world.
Bada boom. Bada boom. And then lawyers. Lawyers can gaslight you too. But let me tell you something about a 962 or 62 lives old soul. That's right, a shaman told me I've been alive for almost 1,000 lives. Shaman said, hey man, your spirit family told me, your spirit guides told me that you've been on this plane of existence for 962 lives. He said it's very rare that people reach 1,000 lives and you've been here. 962 lives old. You know what that means? Gaslighting don't work on me. You might think it works on me, but I promise, I swear before Jesus and all them pale-skinned people in heaven, let me tell you, I be paying attention. I'll let it slide. I'll let it go past me. But trust me, you can't switch up information on me that we have a shared experience in. But it happens all the time. 1-800-920-1580. I want to know, have you been gaslit? Are you currently being gaslit? Are you the gaslighter? I want to know. Listen, gaslighting can definitely be subtle, but it's also very, very painful, right? Now, gaslighting, a manipulative tactic that distorts reality and undermines an individual's perception of truth, can have profound effects on one's capacity for authentic self-examination. By sowing seeds of doubt and eroding self-confidence, gaslighting hinders the victim's ability to engage in introspection and self-reflection. In other words, gaslighting prevents you from self-reflecting because you doubt your own recollection of the shared experience. Yeesh. The manipulation of somebody's reality. Gaslighting leads to impediments to authentic self-examination. Gosh, how do you reclaim your authenticity? Now you're dependent on their interpretation. Here we go. 1-800-920-1580. Let's get to our phone lines. Let's do it right now. Nazarene X, Atlanta, Georgia. Get in here.
What up, bro?
What's happening, man?
Hey, man, you know, man, I'm just tripping. This is wild how bad works. I just had somebody literally just speed off in the distance as I was on hold. Saying one thing, and basically somebody that I have direct experience with this whole gaslighting type of thing, so I might have some quick gems to share. One, break out the phone call. At the end of the day, that's why it pays to be so-called weird, like a master of your own destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Because gaslighting, like all lies to that extent, they only have an effect when you believe them or when you get that power up, right? I think one of the key things that I found that's benefited me a lot in life, again, it comes back down to that internal anchor.
Mm-hmm.
But it's about having conviction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, if someone has a different interpretation of what you call reality, when you allow someone else to dictate what your reality is for you, you a puppet, and then by that definition, you then become schizophrenic. That's all schizophrenia really is. It's basically someone telling you that you don't operate in the real world. Just like Brother Andy was kind of speaking to this world at large, like, what was it, like 2016? Everybody on the news swore that racism didn't exist. So the ones that was acknowledging it, like, it was crazy. Like, man, it don't happen like this, it don't happen like that. Fast forward now, what? They don't want to replay that. So it's like, sometimes it's best for you to, how they say, just stay on your square. And I don't recommend necessarily violence, but in terms of conviction, right?
Violence? Here we go.
I don't necessarily recommend it, but one thing that I had to personally do, because my anchor, to my knowledge, was God. So when it came down to, how they say, like, you know, the enemy is within, it's the inner me. I basically just call things to the floor, like, there are certain things that some people might want you to believe, but they're not willing to live and die about their own word. So I'm one of those people that, not to lean into it to that extreme, however, just conducting myself with integrity, understanding that I can make mistakes. You know, some people in the gaslighting, manipulating world, I think they prey on our imperfection or our need to please people. Right? Because we want to do right by people and all of that. And it's just like, at the end of the day, we the ones like, well, you know, I ain't perfect. So maybe we do go wrong, maybe we do go this and the third, but at the end of the day, kind of, Sister Oxford spoke to, when your heart or that spirit really is nudging you on the inside and you can feel it, sometimes you got to call that insanity itself to the floor.
I love it.
Say, yo, whoever, I love it.
Nah, I love it, brother. You cooking. I love it, nephew. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Nazarene X, man, from Atlanta. If You want to bring your city in the building? You know, this is a national platform. Everybody calls in from all over the United States of America. We want to hear everybody's perspective. We're talking about the Gaslight Recovery Victim. When we come forward, more from Boston, Massachusetts, and of course, Pensacola, Florida. Yeah. You see, y'all bilingual in the chat is funny. Hey, y'all, please continue to hit the super chat. Listen, we are exceedingly close to our goal. The goal is every night we want to do at least $100. We want to do at least $100, right? Every night for every show. Currently, we're at $89.99. Listen, there's 60 people in here. If everybody gave $1, our lives are changed. We've hit the goal. We've hit the mark. Can I get y'all to hit that super chat? Can I get y'all to hit that like button? Whoever hasn't done it and whoever can do it that hasn't done it, please do it now. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the super chat. Please continue to support the channel. We appreciate it. Hey, Britt Atwater, listen. Come on, man. Don't do it by yourself, hey, Britt. You produced the topic. Come on, hey, Britt. Do you, Zoe? Boston in the building. What's happening? Yes, Nzinga. I want all my moderators to encourage people to support. Don't just rely on A Brit Atwater, man. We appreciate you, man. He done gave 10, 30. He done gave 80 by himself. That means the rest of us, we're at 29. So come on, man. Let's all support. Let's all support. Nzinga, I knew it would be you getting all French and whatnot. Ah, it's funny. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, my playlist. Oh, my playlist is on fire tonight. The Gas Face was the first record we played by Third Base back in the 90s, late 80s, early 90s. The Gas Face to, exemplify, of course, gaslighting. Then we played My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me, 91, The Ghetto Boys. And that was just Stressed Out, 1996, by Tribe Called Quest featuring Faith Evans and Consequence. What a great record. What a great record. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in to the Voice of Reason tonight, we're talking about being psychologically neuralized. We're talking about gaslighting, man. Has your partner minimized your reality by saying you're too immature, you're too dramatic, you're too sensitive, you're too any and everything to understand a shared experience that we have had? Do you know what gaslighting is? Have you been manipulated by this form of emotional abuse? Or are you the one? Gaslighting your partner, confusing them so that they rely on your interpretation of you and your partner's shared experience. Yee. 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, I'm going to talk to some callers. Oh, I know I got time. When we come forward means I'm going right here to the callers. Who I got on the line? Is this Samile? Samile? Did I say it right? Samile? Did I get it right? Samile? Hey, what up, Boston in the building? Talk to me. Hello? Hello?
Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you now.
Hi, so big shout out to Atalayer, my big sis who holds it down for me. Okay. Woo! So, I actually have recently been gaslit, and, I've been talking to Asa every night about it, but, I basically was dating this one guy who I had a very deep connection with. I've never experienced a connection like this. Asa's been telling me about, cosmic connections. I don't know, something like that. Have to research it more. But definitely know that this was one of a kind and they don't come often. Nonetheless, I'm a fearful avoidant, recognize that he was a mirror of me, and that was probably why we pulled each other. To each other, I guess we were attracted to each other because of that. He was also a fearful avoidant. And at first it was just like, yeah, we're vibing, we're doing okay, but then, stuff got really real, and before we know it, it was just like, oh my gosh, I actually really, really like you in a very deep and intimate way. And slowly but surely discovered, throughout his own kind of trauma, without necessarily saying it, he had been gaslit throughout his life and throughout his childhood. And I'll fast forward within the relationship. Unfortunately, I recognize at a certain point, one of us wanted to do the work and lean into the issues that go with things being a fearful avoidant, and the other one decided to run away, and that was the man. And in doing so, legitimately, completely gaslit me and said, knew what it was, and I didn't even mean to. It was just a lot, and really left me with, remaining questions about, what this says about who this person is, given that I know that the reasons why he was gaslighting is also coming from his wounding and being a fearful avoidant and running away. But I was just left with the question of, is there forgiveness for this? Is there forgiveness for the gaslighter?
Ooh.
And also, I know I'm going to see this person again. Also, I'm convinced I know it. We're both in grad school. But anyways, so I'm just I don't even know what to say when I see this person again, because honestly, during the conversation, I was completely avoidant. I was so in shock, and I didn't know at the time. I couldn't even process my feelings when this person was literally telling me the opposite of what actually happened. And I've come up out of it, and I know, and I have more conviction in myself and more self-awareness in myself and self-love in myself to realize, no, girl, what you experience is what you experience. But yeah.
Well, listen, Smile from Boston, Mass. We appreciate your transparency. We appreciate you sharing your insight. Thank you so much for calling into the Voice of Reason. You got a seat at the table anytime. When we come forward, your brother, Zoe Williams, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab more callers. I'm going to ask more questions. But for people that are just tuning in, if you're not aware, gaslighting, a psychological manipulation rooted in distortion and deceit, strikes at the very core of an individual's self-perception and inner equilibrium. The question posed delves into a crucial facet of this manipulation, the reinforcement of self-doubt by gaslighters, and how it orchestrates a symphony of confusion that erodes the victim's confidence in their own introspective abilities. This intricate interplay reveals how gaslighting exerts its influence through the insidious mechanism of sowing self-doubt. The last thing you can do is believe yourself. If you got to believe in something, why not believe in me? Huh? My interpretation is better than your interpretation. That's gaslighting. Gosh, this is heavy. When we come forward, we're going to Pensacola, Florida to talk to one of our favorites. If you're listening all over the country, jump into this national discussion. I want to talk to y'all. Yo, we good? Hey, Britt, am I executing the topic right? Hey, we only got one caller on the line, and that's Sister Nzinga. Can we get more? Pretty Brown Mimi, get in here. Get in here. Hey, Britt Atwater, I know you in another country, but man, call in. I hope I'm doing your topic right, man. I hope I'm doing your topic right. Jay Jimerson, Texas in the building. Holla at your brother, man. Holla at your brother. Jay Jimerson, holla at your brother. Get in here. Give him the phone line, 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. And I don't mind return calls. Y'all want to call back? Call back. This sounds fire. Oh yeah, it's fire, man. You missing it. Get in here. Jason Brown, get in here. Paparazzi, get in here. Hey, don't ignore me when I ask you to get in here. Call the phone line. 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. I don't know where Truemonger is. Did we talk to Truemonger already? Let's get Truemonger in the building. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
It's a word that's used a lot in the media these days. But what does gaslighting actually mean? The term originates from the Patrick Hamilton's original 1939 stage play Gaslight, where a husband psychologically manipulates his wife. In the story, the husband attempts to convince his wife that she is insane by manipulating small elements of their environment and insisting that she is mistaken, remembering things incorrectly when she points out the changes he makes. The play's title alludes to how the abusive husband slowly dims the gaslights in their home, while pretending nothing has changed, in an effort to make his wife doubt her own perceptions. Gaslighting is a form of emotional abuse, where someone leads you to question your own reality, memory, or perceptions. So, here are 10 examples of what gaslighting can sound like. As a disclaimer, we want to note that not everyone who says these phrases is automatically a gaslighter. Gaslighting is intentional, and a gaslighter knows exactly what they're saying and what they're doing. 1. What did I do to you? If someone responds to you this way, they may genuinely not know what they have done and are asking you about it. But when it's gaslighting, they are aware they have done something to hurt you and are pretending to play dumb.
Wait,
And defensively pose
pause
a
that.
question to you.
Pause that. What did I do to you? She said is a tip for gaslighting? Well, what about who do you think you are? That is a legendary saying. You can't think you know what you talking about. Who do you think you are? That's gotta be classic gaslighting parlance, right? Okay, finish. I'm sorry,
They are
finish.
denying the impact they had on you and are also forcing you to question it. 2. Everyone around you isn't the problem. The problem is you. This is sometimes used as a way to shut down the conversation or dialogue for whatever is happening. This type of language is often referred to as victim blaming, where the gaslighter will make statements that cause you to feel like you are the problem, even when you have fallen victim to something such as bullying or abuse and the situation is outside of your direct control. 3. I'm sorry you feel that way. When someone's hurt you and they say something like this, then it is not a true apology. Instead, it's a way to make you feel like you are the problem. They say that they're sorry that you feel the way you do, rather than apologizing for what they've done or how they made you feel. 4. I don't remember saying that. I think you made that up. This is the go-to phrase that a gaslighter will use to intentionally get you to question your experience, behavior, and thoughts in order to take the focus off of them. 5. It's your anxiety that made me do the things I do. This is a common response when a gaslighter gets called out for their behavior. They use this as a reason to justify their own negative behavior when in fact, they should take responsibility for their own actions instead of choosing to blame you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason. You thought that once I came in here today, that for some reason, I just wasn't going to keep the pressure up. Tonight's topic, hour number 2, live from Lamert Park, Little Africa Town. You know how we do here at KPLA Talk 1580. Tonight's topic, the Gaslight Recovery Victim Show. That never happened. It's all your fault. You're overreacting. You don't get to marginalize my reality. I'm not going to let you do it. I remember how things happened, and I'm not going to rely on a manipulator, a user, and a controller to actually shape the way I see the world. I'm going to tell you right now, Attila gave us the best advice. The moment you see it, the moment you recognize, oh, that's a snake in the grass, you better recognize that that grass needs to get cut. Huh? Signs of gaslighting. They insist you said or did things you know you didn't do. They deny or scoff at your recollection of events. Call you too sensitive or crazy when you express your needs or concerns. Express doubts to others about your feelings, behavior, and state of mind. Twisting or retelling events to shift the blame to you. Insist they're right and refuse to consider the facts of your perspective. And I'm gonna take it a step. It ain't even the fact facts in your perspective that they're refusing. They're refusing your perspective outright. Your perspective is not wanted here. I see it the way I see it, and this is my interpretation of it, and my interpretation is paramount to me, and it doesn't matter what you think. Huh? Y'all ready? Are y'all ready for the voice of reason? Or have you dated a gaslighter? Are you a master gaslighter yourself? Tell us the truth. Please tell us the truth. We know you're involved some kind of way. Let's get in Zinga from Pensacola, Florida on the line. Let's go.
Hey, good evening, everybody.
In Zinga.
Let's go. So, when I think about gaslighting, like I was reading the questions today, and I was asking when you realize that you're being gaslit, does it piss you off? Am I allowed to say that? Does it piss you off?
No, you're not allowed to say that. Does it upset you? Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It really does. It does the opposite. Like I was reading some of the questions and I don't feel, psychosis or crazy. I feel upset because I just think, I love rap lyrics. So I just think to what Zero says, all I got is my mind. I can't lose that. And I feel like you're playing with my mind. I had a friend, they tried to play me, and when I addressed it with them, they were like, oh, that never happened. And for the first time, I don't use a lot of these terms that you hear on the internet loosely because I feel like they lose their power. But the first thing that came to my head was, they're narcissists. And they're emotionally abusing me. Because there's one thing about Nzinga, if you come to me and tell me something, I'm going to believe you. Do you find that you do that yourself, Mrs. Ogu? If you tell me,
especially people that are close to me, people that I respect, people that are in my inner circle. If I ask you, hey, you messing around? And you say, no, I'm not messing around. With no facts, I'm going to believe you because you're in my inner circle. Period. That's just how I am. Now, if I find out different, then that's going to change the way I perceive you, right? That's going to change the way you are seen. But off the rip, if you tell me, nah, I don't do that, I'm not involved in anything like that, then I'm going to be like, all right, I'm rolling with you because you're in my inner circle.
Correct. But sometimes I feel like for me, that, I feel like I'm real naive sometimes. My best friend has to say, and women know. Because, like I said, when somebody tells me something, or I'll just say this, most people, you're going to start with the A with me, and from there, this may sound weird, but from there, I duck points. With some people, you start with an S, and then you earn an A. But who am I to put people through all those changes like that? But, for somebody who I consider close, and when I address something, because when they feel offense, they're all over you. But for me to have to wait 2 weeks to address something with you, and then when I do address it with you, you're telling me, well, things didn't happen, and, well, I didn't know we were friends like that. And I had to, I sat there and I listened, and at the end, of the conversation, I said, well, I guess the friendship was more one-sided, and then I'm 25,000 after that. I don't deal with it anymore.
Right.
And, my friendships are very important to me. And so when they no longer can exist in the way that they did before, it hurts me very, very deeply. And it takes me a while to get over it. But I'm not the type of person, if I realize I'm being gaslit, then I start operating with you on totally different from the day before you gaslit me. That's just,
Right. You're going to get handled with kid gloves. You're going to get sat to the side. Sat all the way down. In Zinga, Pensacola, Florida is in the building because of you. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. We're talking about being gaslit. Are you a gaslighter, or have you lit the flame? Let's talk. Or has the flame been lit on you? Have you been burnt up? Talk to me. I want to know your thoughts about tonight's topic. Have you been in a sunken place? Gosh. sunken place where you've been gaslit and you just don't know your reality anymore. Let's get my brother in here, JD from Fort Worth, Texas. JD, what up, brother? Now, let me tell you, JD, this is your first time on the air on KBLA Talk 1580. This is Tavis Smiley's radio station. I know you're used to hearing me on YouTube and all these other places where I can cuss. But guess what? I cannot use profanity on terrestrial radio. So please, brother, keep it clean and let's talk about it.
Yes, sir, I sure will, man. And I'm telling you, gaslighting, man, I'm telling you, I like gaslighting when it's at a job or something. When they gaslight, that way you can use their gaslighting against them and to even it out. And talk them through their gaslighting. In the joking way to where you really expect it. But then, when it's like your family and your friends, or especially like a partner, oh, yeah, you got to get away. You gotta get away or talk about it or find something that's gonna work because, yeah, man, coming from a guy that's been gaslit all my life in all types of different ways, the more I listen to my Joe Williams show and be taking notes and getting on the game, it's like, oh, yeah, you gotta watch it. They
Hey.
keep on gaslighting you.
I love it, brother, man. It's been a long time since we had a chance to talk, brother, and I appreciate you for calling in all the way from Fort Worth, Dallas, Fort Worth. You already know what it is. JD in the building. Listen, anytime you want to call in, brother, you know the number, 1-800-920-1580. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. The voice of reason is on complete fire. We're talking about the Gaslight Recovery Victim. The topic was created by one of our longtime listeners, A. Britt Atwater. Yo, he hit us with a heavy one tonight, and we rolling along just fine. Let's get my brother True Monger in here. True Monger from, you already know, Dallas, Texas. Talk to me. All right, tell me, man, what are your thoughts?
It's tough, man, because you think you're involved with people who care about you. I think they gaslight you, they make you feel like your point of view or your opinion doesn't really matter. They just disregard it. And then they tend to act like something's wrong with you when you really stop communicating with them. Stop telling them stuff. And they're like, what's wrong? And we're like, what am I talking to you for? Is you just going to do the same thing I tell you? You're not even going to take time to listen. Or even value my point of view on things that happen. And act like your point of view is the only one that matters. People won't stop talking after so much of that. I've experienced that a few times. I'm like, all right.
You're 100% right. Because after you reveal it to me, after you reveal the succotash, once I see the succotash, I'm going to be like, okay, you playing. I'm out. You playing. So, because you know if they playing with you, they're not playing for you. In other words, for your highest good, for your benefit. If they're playing with you, they're not playing for you. Please remember that.
Yeah, I just have to take those instances and use them as enlightenment. So like, okay, you showing me this, you let me know that whatever I think doesn't matter to me. So I'm like, okay, instead of getting upset about it, I'll be like, okay, I'll just go on by my business. I'll let you wonder why. I'll let you try to figure out why that is. I won't even bother to explain it after a while. I'm just going to keep moving forward because you didn't care while we were in it. So don't come to me trying to act like you care afterwards after I stop messing with you.
That's right.
Unless you're really serious about discussing it.
That's right.
And I might listen to you then. But if you're just trying to get back in my good graces so you can keep doing the same thing, no, you can't rock.
Dallas, Texas. You already know what it is. Texas is big in today's show. Texas is showing that this is the OG. Well, listen, you know how they say everything is big in Texas. Don't mess with Texas. Texas is in the house. We appreciate my brother Truemonger. You know you got a seat at the table anytime. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is reach out. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. When I come forward, I'm going back to the phone lines. But let's keep this national discussion on gaslighting lit. What up, y'all? Hey, thank you, Jay Jimerson. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie. I need about 50 copies of The Shrouded Lighthouse sold tonight. I need the money, y'all. I be asking y'all to support. It's 62 people in here. If 50 of y'all will go to my website, MrZoWhat.com, and purchase a copy of The Shrouded Lighthouse, that money will go directly into my pocket right now. I need the bread. Please go to MrZoWhat.com, and can I get 50 people to purchase the book? If you already have the book, I'm not talking to you. I mean, go do it right now. Chris Brown said right now. Yes. Anybody who does it, you're getting shouted out. And I'm going to give you 25 minutes of free coaching with me. If you buy the book right now, I'm going to give you 25 minutes of free coaching with me. Can y'all do that right now? I need 50 copies to move. That bread would serve me well. I'm telling you right now. I'm being transparent. I need the money. I need it. All right? You catching files, Danielson? I don't know. Never really understood gaslighting, but shoot, the youngest. Hey, we done broke it down in 6 ways till Sunday. Y'all get on the phone lines too. Can I get an autograph? Hey, I will give you an autograph copy plus 25 minutes. All you got to do, take a snapshot of your digital receipt. I'll give you an autograph plus 25 minutes of free coaching for everybody who purchases during this live. During this live. James Rucker, Jesus, this is too deep for me. I apologize to you and everyone here. I'm out. You leave because it's deep? Okay, cool. Everybody, we need 50 copies. We need 50 copies. Do it now. If you have the book, I'm not talking to you. Let's go. Wait, hold on. I know my playlist is crazy. I know my playlist is bananas. But have we been gaslit? Huh? By Janet, Terry, and Jimmy Jam. Did Terry Lewis and Jimmy Jam gaslight us? I want to know. Say, Zoe, what are you talking about? I want you to pull up the Curtis Blow record. What is the Curtis Blow record called? There's a Curtis Blow record. What is that record called? Is it called America? I think, is it called America by Curtis Blow? Start it over. Wait, bring it back one more time. Now play Janet Jackson Control from the top. uh uh Hey, were we gaslit? Hey, did we get gaslit by Janet and them? Did they jack that beat from Curtis Blow? Give me Curtis Blow one more time. Give me that Curtis Blow. Yeah, they just gaslit us. I'm sorry. I just know music. It's a lot of gas. Let's do it like Quincy would say. Hey man, you know the notes never lie. You know. What's the melody? The notes never lie. I'm just saying. Curtis Blow Dropped America wasn't a real big major hit to everybody. Hip hoppers kind of liked it. It's not like we went crazy for it because we had Run DMC and L at the time. The Fat Boys were popping. So it wasn't a monster hit for Curtis Blow. But as a music aficionado, a former A&R, I heard the drum pattern and I said, okay, that's Control. And it came out before Control. So I was like, oh, were we gaslit? And listen, I'm just pointing it out. I'm not saying that that's what actually happened. I'm just pointing it out. Feels like gaslighting to me. We've got callers on the line. Let's get them on the line right now. They're ready to talk. Sean, don't you hang up like you've been doing. Stay with us. Let's get Sean in here, as a matter of fact. Sean!
Hey, brother.
Oakland, California.
I never hang up. I just have to, if I have to cook dinner, that's all what that's about. But anyway, gaslighting, I'll tell you what, the gaslighter always knows that they are sending you fraudulent information. Always. They know it, and they know it, but they want you, and they want to convince a bunch of people that something that will never be true, and it was a conspiracy or something that's never going to be true, is true. And so, and usually it hits with, sadly, it hits with racism, and it hits with women who are, misogynistic kind of things, and black and brown people. My thing is, when you hear someone that's trying to gaslight you, you'll know it from the very beginning. The very beginning always begins like this. This is the truth. See, you don't tell people from the very beginning, this is the truth. Ever. That's what gaslighters do. What they do is they say, this is the truth, and then they go on to give you the garbage. And then you have to decide for yourself whether or not this garbage is true. And, people that tell the truth, they don't say, this is the truth, and then they tell you what is true. What they do is they say, let's have a conversation. This is what is really the truth going on in the world, and you can debate it and go about your way and all that kind of stuff. Well, I'll tell you what, the worst thing about gaslighting is that it hurts young people. And that's the thing that bothers me the most. Because us older folks, we've probably been gaslighted more than anyone could ever count. I've been gaslighted and fell for it. Hey, I'll admit it. Yeah, I fell for it, yeah, a couple of times, but I'm 56 years old. But the young folks who get gaslighted, it bothers me because it really shouldn't happen if we all, have the backs of our young kids. And if we have our backs, have their backs, they may get gaslighted, but they'll be smart enough to know how to come out of it stronger on the other side.
Well, brother, I appreciate the insight. I thank you so much. Man, thank you for sharing. You brought Oakland, California in the building. When we come forward, we're going to talk to the creator of tonight's topic. The creator, the one who cultivated this topic. I'm going to ask, why did he cultivate this topic? What has happened in his life that he may have been either gaslit or he was the gaslighter? When we come forward, more heat from the VOR. Hey, you like that little music piece I slid in there, huh? You like that little music piece where I slide in the Curtis Blow?
Yeah, that was cool.
Threw the little curveball on them. They didn't see that coming. They didn't see that coming. I tried to never miss when the video come on. Woo. Hey, can I get y'all? Hey, seriously, we losing a lot of people in the chat. For whatever reason, I don't know. But I need y'all to go get a copy of the book. I'm on my PayPal account. Nobody has purchased a copy. For the last 30 minutes of this show, you're going to get 25 minutes of coaching and an autographed copy. Order the book now. Autograph plus 25 minutes of free coaching. Call me, or go to my website, mrzowhat.com. Maybe I caught what? Zoe, radio is different. Maybe I caught a difficult night. What do you mean, Jason? What happened? I don't know. What happened, Jason? What's going on? I need y'all to support the book, though. Can we get... We'll be back at 8:36. It's 8:31 right now. Can we get 20 copies? 10 copies. Let's get 10. Can we get 10? Who's going to jump in right now? Jump in with both feet. Jump in with both feet. Come on, y'all. Somebody is asking how to heal from gaslighting. Let's go. Let's do it. Where y'all at? I need y'all to support this book. Let me see what we looking like. Let me see what we looking like. Let's see if we got at least one order for the book. Let's see. Not one order for the book yet. Not one order for the Shrouded Lighthouse. Not one book order. Not one. We're almost back. I'm gonna sign it.
Live in 20.
Oh, God. Yo, this is happening in real time, in real life, in real relationships, and it's subtle. It's subtle. People act like it's not happening. Let's get the progenitor of tonight's topic, the creator, the Stan Lee of tonight's topic, family, my friend A. Britt Atwater, Atlanta, Georgia, in the building. What's the deal?
What's going on, big brother? What's going on, family? Listen, man, so here's how it started. I received a phone call out of the blue from an ex who went out of her way to maintain a misunderstanding. And thus began to gaslight me, saying that no, that never happened. It's all your fault. You're overreacting. You're crazy. You're strange, and trying to really convince me that my feelings were invalidated. That's where this topic came from. And then once I started to do some self-reflective work, saying to myself, how did I magnetize you? Here are some. Listen, so you know I email you, man. These are other topics I came up with, like the emotionally wired man.
Keep going.
You know, trigger trolls.
You got space. Keep going. Keep going.
Relationship yellow flag.
Hallelujah. Speak on it, sir. Yes.
Be my doctor for the insecurity wound that you did not create.
Oh, let's go even deeper. Hold on. Wait. Overconfident complainer. Hold on. Let me just say it this way. See, sometimes the gaslighter is so adept and adroit at speaking around the actual question. Let me answer your question with a donut full of words, right? There's no substance in what I'm saying, but I'm just going to respond so it'll look like I'm responding. But in actuality, I'm not answering your question. I'm really deflecting it. Speak on it, A.B. Atwater. I want you to tell us about it.
Man, listen. What I came up with was a question. How my personal insecurities could have potentially ruined a good relationship. So, listen, man. This is out of the blue. She came out of nowhere, like Randy Orton in WWE. Out of nowhere. She just popped up like a Grand Theft cheap auto code. I was like, where did this call come from? And then went out of her way to maintain a misunderstanding that I was the problem? I gotta know how I magnetized you. See, most of us don't understand that gaslighting starts with, you know, like the signature moves. You know.
I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm listening to the signature move. I need you to show it to us right now. Come on now.
See. Okay. So the signature, you know, moves of gaslighting encompasses what? It involves, you know, moving the goalpost or shifting the blame of the circumstances that are in front of the other person.
Oh yes.
And here's what they do, though.
My.
They move it into the person's past mistakes.
Oh yeah.
Using the past mistakes to invalidate the person's or the partner's complaint. Okay.
You've got time, brother. I need you to breathe, okay? I need you to take in some oxygen because the Spirit is using you this evening. The Spirit is using you. See, a lot of people know how to speak very eloquently. A lot of people are very articulate at saying nothing when they know they're supposed to say something in that moment. But a lot of people don't want to say nothing in the moment because what they want to do is get off the hook for being accountable. Listen, you believe a certain way. Now's the time to stand in it. Stand up on it. You better listen to my brother A. Britt Atwater. He is here today to expose the lies that you barely... Listen to what I'm about to say. The lies that you barely tell. Woo! See, let me tell you something. A gaslighter is worse than a liar. Because the gaslighter tells you that your reality is a lie. Instead of addressing what you want addressed, the gaslighter will say, hey, wait a minute. Why would you even ask something like that? What's wrong with you? You're crazy. You tripping. You got that all wrong. Wait a minute. I've lived a little bit. I think I'm 52. I think I look good. I look about 37. But I've been where you are. I done seen what you did. Now, I know I could have some assumptions because I'm a work in progress. But I'm also very experienced and wise and well-read. You gonna tell me just because it looked like a duck, it ain't a duck?
The reason why I sent you the question of, hey, is this gaslighting or is this just a difference of opinion? I thought the question myself. I started the question like, that's how good she was. And then my other homies, they were Leos and Sagittarius, other fire signs. I'm an Aries. I said, wait a minute. Are fire signs more susceptible to gaslighting?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. And if we want to get into the metaphysical of astrology, if you want to get deep into the metaphysical of astrology, first off, I would say that the fire signs, now let me just say this real quick. It doesn't matter what your zodiac is. It's all superficial. The zodiac is superficial. It's a superficial template. That's all it is. It deals with tendencies. It doesn't deal with where you were raised and how you were raised and who raised you and your educational background. It doesn't deal with anything substantive like that. It's just a template. Meaning, Geminis tend to behave this way, but that doesn't guarantee that all Geminis behave that way. Or, Scorpios tend to act like this, but it doesn't factor in how they were raised and who brought them up and what their belief system is. But I tell you what, when we deal with the metaphysics of astrology, fire signs represent spirit. And the reason why a lot of people don't deal with the fire signs is fire is spirit. Anything fire changes or touches, it changes its form, breaks it all the way back down to the fundamental reality or its lowest level of existence. Fire represents spirit. So when you're dealing with the fire signs, what you're going to get from them is this: instinct, Fire people have instinct. And this is what makes some fire signs bad students, because they instinctually know, like, this is wrong, without even knowing the details. My gut tell me that this is off. I'm not doing none of this. And then they go, do you see? You have the Aries. Aries is the more intellectual of the fire. They are the mental of the spiritual. Leo is the physical of the spiritual. Leo shows up like this. I just took karate for 12 years. Is there anybody in here looking for a butt kicking? Right. Aries, on the other hand, says, I've been training for 15 years. I'm going to go into the bush. Now, anybody go into that bush, they asking for something. But I'm not going to go look for it. Sagittarius, the emotional of the spiritual. This is Bruce Lee, November 27th. Bruce Lee steps in and says what? You need emotional content. Why? Because Sagittarius is the emotional of the spiritual. Do you see how this works? So again, fire signs are aware instinctively, and sometimes this slows them down because they know more than they've learned. Do you understand?
Okay, so 5 words. Stop, chase, please carry him on real quick.
All right, look, wait, stay with me. I gotta carry you up. But when I come forward, we're going back to the creator of this topic. Are we cooking? Are we cooking? Hey, Britt got me turned up in this mug. We burning this bitch up. This motherfucker hot. Where my people at? Man, can we get some book sales? After the fire we just laid out here, can we get some book sales? Can we? Can we get some book sales? I could have sworn this was a fire topic. We got one book sale. We got one book sale. Christopher Brown. Thank you, Christopher. We got one book sale. Can we get 10? We got 9 minutes left. Can we get 10 book sales in 9 minutes? Can we do it? I need y'all to do that right now. You can purchase the holographic relationship or the shrouded lighthouse right now. I need y'all to help me. Help your brother. Get with your brother right now. Help me out. Y'all gonna help me? Y'all gonna rock with me? Y'all gonna show up? I need y'all to show up. Get with me right now. I need y'all right now. Get with me right now. Y'all gonna get with me? Free coaching, 25 minutes, and an autographed copy. Oh, y'all about to be mad too. On Fridays, on my day off, I'm doing a new show. Bible study with Zoe Williams. Y'all thought tonight was crazy. This YouTube about to pop. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason. You know, man, hip hop is 50 years old. Some of the greatest hip hop artists have been displayed on the voice of reason since I've been here, but none more polarizing than the B.I.G. Yo, this was one heavy song right here, man. One heavy song. Suicidal thoughts, man. Sometimes you will have suicidal thoughts, man. If somebody gaslighting you, your whole sense of your self-concept has been broken. Let me get the creator of the topic back in here and get his final thoughts, man. Talk to me, bro. Hey, Britt Atwater.
Yeah, listen, man. Thank you for everyone that's listening. Thank you for everyone that's tuning in. So, after the phone call today, and it just so happened that the phone call ended right before you went live on IG. So, then I got to thinking, I was like, so who's in more of a sunken place? Me or her? And then I got to thinking, like, well, okay, well, you know, because I know that there's a movie called Gaslight. It's 1944. But then I started thinking about, well, like, what are the long-term effects of gaslighting? Who's the real victim here? Me or her? You know, so, man, and is gaslighting a trait, you know, of someone who's the breadwinner of the relationship? I had so many questions, man.
Let me just say, the gaslighter, the person who uses gaslighting, they're doing it for control, but it's really a shield to protect their insecurities. Look at the actual act, the behavior of gaslighting as a shield. They don't want you to see just how broken they are. They have mastered the persona of class, of calm, cool, and collected. But in reality, they are broken, little disheveled, shoddy people. And they think you don't see it. But they are. It's all right. It's all right. And I'm going to tell you, the moment you recognize it, the moment you recognize the childishness, and when I say childishness, I mean from a spiritual level. You're a little baby in the eyes of the Lord, and you in here playing games. You think you can just pull the wool over somebody's eyes who's 962 lives old. I've seen it. I've done it. And I've done it in different galaxies. And here you are trying to play in the sandbox with me. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, brother, once you see it, hey, hold on the boko, once you see it, you bounce like bad checks, man. You understand? People swear. Listen, in the book by Robert Anton Wilson, the book is called Prometheus Rising. And one of the most powerful quotes in that book, he was breaking it down. He was talking about Timothy Leary's 8 model circuit model for the brain. You know, Timothy Leary was experimenting with LSD and all of that stuff, right? And what he said, he took Timothy Leary's book, Your Brain is God. Go get the book by Timothy Leary. Y'all want to get into my library? Let's get to it. Anyway, he gets the book, Your Brain is God, and he takes the 8 circuit model. The first 3 circuits, you got the baby, the biosurvival circuit. I only want to come towards you if it's comfortable. If it's not comfortable, I'm out. The second, the anal emotional territorial circuit. I'm your boss. You were late. The guy who likes to browbeat you. That's anal territorial. Him yelling at you is like him peeing on your coffee cup in the corner. And then the third one is the semantic circuit. And what he said about semantics was very powerful. He said, just because somebody is highly articulate, it does not mean that they are highly intelligent. Same applies to the gaslighter. All you gotta do is listen. Oh, I see what you're doing. How in Sam Hale you think you can get up in here and tell me my experience of you is invalid? If you don't find the nearest boulder and divest yourself of your shoes and socks and kick that boulder until your feet bleed, you better get out of here telling me my reality ain't real. I'm sorry. We started the conversation. Hey, Jill Monroe gonna finish it. Hey, I started it. It's up to y'all. We love y'all. We appreciate it. Tonight's topic was fire, and I'll see y'all tomorrow with another slapper. That's my boy right there. Hey, great topic, bro. Great topic. We appreciate everybody for chopping in, for tuning in. Much love, much love, much love. Your brother Zoe gotta go.